Over the few minutes, I'm going to reveal 50 dark psychology tips most people will never know. These are the subtle tactics used by manipulators, narcissists, and elite persuaders to control situations, people, and outcomes. Some are defensive, to protect your mind. Some can be used offensively, to influence others. I'm sharing them for educational purposes only. Use this knowledge ethically, or don't watch at all. Let's begin. Tip 1. The door-in-the-face technique. Start with an outrageously big request. When they say no, your real, smaller request feels reasonable. Tip 2. People like you more after they do you a favor, not the other way around. Ask for small help to trigger the Ben Franklin effect. Tip 3. Mirror someone's body language subtly in the first 5 minutes. It creates unconscious rapport faster than any words. Tip 4. When someone insults you indirectly, act like you didn't hear it. Denying them a reaction starves their ego. Tip 5. Use the word because after any request. Even a fake reason increases compliance by 50%, Harvard study. Tip 6. Silence is power. After making a statement, shut up. The first person to speak loses the negotiation. Tip 7. Call people by their name often in conversation. It activates the same pleasure centers as money or food. Tip 8. If you want someone to agree with you, nod slightly while you speak. Most people mirror unconsciously. Tip 9. Never correct someone when they're wrong in public. Save it for private. You keep the relationship and the power. Tip 10. The illusion of scarcity. I shouldn't be telling you this instantly makes information feel more valuable. Tip 11. Strategic vulnerability. Reveal one small, calculated flaw early. It makes you appear authentic and disarm suspicion. Tip 12. The foot in the door. Get them to agree to something tiny first. Consistency makes the bigger yes almost automatic. Tip 13. People remember unfinished things 90% better, Zeigarnik effect. Always leave one tiny loop open in conversations. Tip 14. Frame bad news as, at least it's not X. The contrast makes the reality feel better. Tip 15. Use you more than I when giving compliments. You have an incredible eye for detail feels stronger than I love your detail. Tip 16. Triangulation. Casually mention how someone else admires or disagrees with the target. It shifts power instantly. Tip 17. The contrast principle. Show something expensive first, then your real offer feels like a bargain. Tip 18. When someone brags, respond with genuine curiosity instead of one-upping. It exposes insecurity without confrontation. Tip 19. Pacing and leading. First match their energy and beliefs, then slowly lead them to your viewpoint. Tip 20. Never explain your boundaries with emotion. Calm, short statements, "I don't discuss that," are impossible to argue with. Tip 21. The false choice. Would you rather be seen as unreliable or help me for 5 minutes? It's not a real choice. Tip 22. Future pacing. Paint a vivid picture of how disappointed you'll be tomorrow if they say no today. Tip 23. Use we instead of you when delivering criticism. "We're falling behind" feels collaborative, not accusatory. Tip 24. People trust confident tone more than accurate content. Speak slowly and firmly, even when you're guessing. Tip 25. The commitment ladder. Get small, public commitments first. They'll defend the position later to stay consistent. Tip 26. Interrupt pattern. When someone is angry, respond calmly and unexpectedly. It short-circuits their emotional script. Tip 27. The shadow compliment. Praise something they're secretly insecure about indirectly. It bypasses defenses and hits deep. Tip 28. Reciprocity on steroids. Give an unexpected gift, then ask for something twice as big. Guilt does the rest. Tip 29. Use touch early and appropriately. Shoulder, forearm. It increases compliance by up to 300% in studies. Tip 30. The yes ladder. Ask 3 easy yes questions first. The 4th, real request, is almost guaranteed. Tip 31. Frame yourself as the prize subtly. Most people couldn't handle this conversation, flips the dynamic. Tip 32. When caught in a lie, admit a smaller related truth. It rebuilds credibility fast. Tip 33. Social proof poison. Everyone else is doing it. I thought you were different. Triggers fear of exclusion. Tip 34. Use pregnant pauses after big statements. Let the weight sink in. People fill silence with agreement. Tip 35. The decoy effect. Present 3 options where the middle one is the target. The worst option makes yours look perfect. Tip 36. Label people positively. You've always been so generous. They'll act to match the label. Tip 37. Never defend, reframe. When attacked, calmly redirect. Interesting you see it that way. Tip 38. The curiosity hook. End sentences with, "And you won't believe what happened next." Attention skyrockets. Tip 39. Forced teamwork. We're in this together before a big ask triggers guilt and obligation. Tip 40. The authority bias. Casually drop credentials or name drop early. People obey symbols of status blindly. Tip 41. Love withdrawal. Short replies and coldness punish far more than yelling ever could. Tip 42. The sunk cost trap. Remind people how much they've already invested. They'll double down to avoid loss. Tip 43. Use notice instead of I think. You'll notice this feels different, sounds objective and authoritative. Tip 44. The spotlight effect. Most people are too focused on themselves to notice your flaws. Act accordingly. Tip 45. Gaslighting 101. I never said that. You must be remembering wrong. Said calmly, it plants doubt. Tip 46. The fear then relief technique. Create mild anxiety, then remove it. Gratitude and compliance follow. Tip 47. Priming. Mention related words subtly before your request. Money to expensive. Time to hurry. Tip 48. The chameleon effect. Adapt your vocabulary and speech speed to match theirs. Trust forms unconsciously.
Tip 49. Never chase. The person who cares less controls the dynamic. Tip 50. The darkest tip of all. Some people have no inner voice of guilt. Once you accept that, you stop expecting them to change.
You've just learned 50 techniques that shape human behavior behind the scenes. Some protect you. Some give power. All of them are real. The question is, What will you do with this knowledge?
Comment your favorite tip number below, the one that hit hardest. Like if you'll never see people the same way again.
Subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, another long, dark psychology masterclass drops. Knowledge is power. Wield it wisely.